You know what's wild? Meghan Markle just keeps winning, and her haters just keep getting louder and more desperate. And every time they try to knock her down, she steps up even stronger, more polished, and more powerful. And here we are again. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, is on fire in 2025, and the British media? They're pressed, they're bitter, they're obsessed. But guess what? Meghan isn't paying them any mind. She's not looking back, she's not begging for their approval, and she's not here to play the royal game. She's here to win, on her own terms. This week, Meghan launched her brand new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder. And y'all, it's already making waves. This is her first series with Lemonada Media, and let's not forget, this comes after the whole Spotify situation last year, when everyone and their salty cousin was trying to claim that Meghan and Harry were finished. Fast forward to today, and Meghan is booked, busy, and thriving. She's not just doing one thing, she's building an empire. In just the past 6 weeks, Meghan has dropped hit after hit. Her Netflix show with Love, Meghan didn't just get views, it smashed into the top 10 across countries, including the US and UK. And what did the British media do? Oh, they tried to pretend it didn't happen. They tried to ignore the numbers, the reviews, the love pouring in from around the world, but they couldn't hide from the truth. People love Meghan because she's real. She's warm, she's thoughtful, and she's not afraid to speak her truth. Then she launched, as ever, her lifestyle and product line, and that sold out faster than you could say, "Where's Kate?" Gone in minutes. Like blink and it's gone levels of success. And on top of that, she debuted her Shop My page, which is set to bring in thousands in commission. Why? Because people trust Meghan's taste, her authenticity, and her ability to connect with everyday folks. She's not selling a fairy tale, she's sharing a lifestyle that inspires. And yet, here comes the BBC, clutching their pearls and scrambling to find a negative spin. They dropped a whole article analyzing Meghan's next moves, like she's a chess piece on their dusty little royal board. But the truth? Meghan left the board a long time ago. She built her own game, with her own rules, and she's winning at it without ever asking for their permission. Now let's talk about this whole royal lens nonsense. These so-called media experts keep saying that everything Meghan does will always be seen through the royal lens. You know why? Because they refuse to let her live. Because they can't bear the fact that she escaped their toxic circus and is now thriving without them. They're obsessed. They don't want to admit that she's not coming back, that she doesn't care, and that the only reason people still associate her with the Windsors is because they won't shut up about her. They say, "Oh, Meghan's launching jam, but people want royal gossip." And to that I say, so what? Meghan's jam broke the internet. People bought it, celebrated it, and turned it into a movement. And what did the royalists do? They cried, they moaned, they acted like jam was some kind of revolutionary act, because for them, it is. For them, a black woman succeeding outside the royal system is a threat, and Meghan's just getting started. The BBC even dragged out the Countess of Sandwich, yes, really, to try and offer some insight into Meghan's brand. And what did she say? That Meghan is a hustler. And let me tell you something, that word right there, that's not shade, that's a compliment. Meghan is a hustler. She's working hard, she's moving forward, and she's turning every opportunity into a stepping stone. That's what success looks like, folks. Meghan's not sitting around waiting for someone to hand her a royal title or a dusty tiara. She's building her own legacy. And then we've got these PR experts chiming in, saying that no matter what she does, it'll always come back to Buckingham Palace. They say her fame is inextricably linked to the royal family. Well, let me flip that for you. What if Meghan is the reason anyone even cares about the modern monarchy at all? What if she's the one that made it relevant for a whole new generation, and when she walked away, she took all the magic with her? Let's not forget, Meghan has supporters around the globe, not just in America. International press has praised her new ventures, her warmth, her vibe, her aesthetic. She's leaning into positivity, wellness, lifestyle, and it's working. Meanwhile, the British media is stuck in 2018 still trying to make Meghan the villain happen. Spoiler alert, it's not happening, and don't even get me started on the ridiculous line about Harry being Meghan's spare. Oh really? So now they want to diminish his value too? Prince Harry has always stood by Meghan with unwavering loyalty and love. He left everything behind to protect his wife and children, and you're calling him a spare? That man is a king in his own right. He's advocating for veterans, mental health, and real-world change while still being the rock of his family. Let me tell you what this really is. This isn't about podcast, jam, or rebranding. This is about a woman who said no more. A woman who took the hits, survived the smears, and came out stronger. This is about Meghan Markle standing tall while the same tired voices try to pull her down. voices that no longer matter to her or to the millions who support her. So the next time someone tries to say Meghan's failing, remind them, Netflix hit, sold-out brand, chart-climbing podcast, global love, haters, pressed. And listen, if you're here for the truth, if you ride for Meghan and Harry, if you believe in standing up to bullies and rewriting the narrative, then hit that subscribe button, share this video, and show your support by dropping a super thanks. Every like, every comment, every donation keeps Royal Sussex Squad going strong. Let's lift up Meghan, let's protect Harry, and let's make sure the world hears our side of the story, because we're not here to play nice, we're here to tell the truth. BBC, Duchess Meghan's business will always be filtered through the royal lens. This week, the Duchess of Sussex launched her new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder. This is her first podcast through Lemonada after the Sussexes were dropped by Spotify in 2023. The Cove Pod has come in the middle of so many new projects for Meghan. In the past 6 weeks, her Netflix show, With Love, Meghan, debuted and broke the top 10 most viewed in multiple countries, including the US and UK. She launched as ever her instantly sold-out product line, and she also debuted her Shop My page, which will likely earn Meghan thousands in commissions. In addition to all of that, Meghan has blitzed the media with positivity and a let's keep it moving attitude. She's looking ahead, she's not letting the hate machine narrate her moves, and this has all been an extremely successful pivot. But you have to understand, the British media still believes that they alone can narrate Meghan's life and career, and they believe that Meghan is still seeking their approval in some way. She is not. It's shocking how no one over there can admit that. Actually, Meghan doesn't give a sh*t about how the British media screams and cries about what she's doing. They're like, she must care, she must want our advice, she deserves all of our mockery because she dared to leave us for her own sanity. Well, the BBC published this long-read analysis of what Meghan is doing wrong, what can she do to save herself, and it's just bizarre. They're trying to pretend that her 2025 hasn't been hugely successful already. People want royal gossip, not jam. The problem is that people are much more interested in the royal gossip than they are in learning how to make a jam. The Countess of Sandwich gets to the crux of what she sees as the Duchess of Sussex's rebrand dilemma. As an American woman who married into the British aristocracy back in 2004, the Countess knows firsthand the challenge of slipping between two cultures. When I first spoke to her about this, long before Megxit, she was positive that Meghan would win over the nation. Having this American optimism and this go-get attitude, that is what you guys kind of like about us, right? She told me. 7 years on, the Countess remains optimistic about Meghan's progress. As an American, I look at her and I think she's a hustler. She's taking these opportunities, using them as stepping stones to get to where she wants to go. People are only obsessed with Meghan because of her connection to the Windsors. According to Evan Neerman, a US-based public relations guru, whatever she does to distance herself, it comes back to Buckingham Palace and her relationship with the royal family. Mark Borkowski, founder of the UK-based Borkowski Communications Agency, also believes that whatever Meghan does next, it will always be filtered through the royal lens. Even when Meghan is launching jam or Harry is speaking about mental health, the coverage returns to the same question. Are they thriving or failing in their post-royal life? The Sussexes' tell-all era is over. One source who has worked with them described this tell-all period as brave and idiotic. With that chapter behind them, it was natural that they would focus on new income streams that don't involve talking about the royal family. But as Mr. Neerman, founder of Red Banyan Public Relations in the US puts it, she's trying to stand out on her own, but she has this level of notoriety and fame that is inextricably linked to the royal family. Much of the response to Meghan, positive or negative, is driven by her marriage to Prince Harry and her ties to the royal family, argues James Crawford, managing director of PR Agency One. That connection shapes how everything she does is received. Sally Bedell-Smith wonders why Meghan didn't relaunch the TIG. What mystifies me is why not relaunch the TIG, she says, referring to the lifestyle website that Meghan once ran. It had brand loyalty and was easily identifiable. She did it well. It was snappy, it had a reason to exist. It could have really given her a leg up. Why not reignite it? The Sussexes braced themselves for criticism, and yet negative responses will not have surprised Prince Harry and Meghan, according to people who work with the couple. They were, I'm told, braced for criticism, and there were positive responses too, particularly outside the UK. Some international press praised the show's warm, feel-good tone and visual polish, seeing it as a natural return to Meghan's pre-royal lifestyle roots, points out Mr. Crawford. Likewise, her brand has been well received in some quarters for its positioning and premium aesthetic. Harry is Meghan's spare. For royal author Sally Bedell Smith, it's no longer just about where Meghan pivots next, but how Prince Harry fits into that. Do they scale back and live in a more modest way? Does Harry throw himself into the cause of helping veterans and do things in a quiet way and at a lower key? With a pause, she adds, he's now a spare to his wife. Whatever Meghan does next, it will always be filtered through the royal lens. Two things. One, of course, everything will be filtered through the royal lens when royal reporters are the ones trying to narrate Meghan's existence even though she's been living back in California for 5+ years. They're only quoting people whose whole raison d'etre is tying the Sussexes to the Windsors. Two, none of these people ever stops and asks themselves if Meghan being seen through the royal lens goes in a different direction, as in, Meghan is seen as the anti to the Windsors, and people support her specifically because of what she endured and survived, and because of what those horrible people are still actively doing to her. That's why I refer to it as Meghan's monarchy-destroying jam. The Windsors and their media screamed, cried, and threw up over Meghan's jam, like the jam represented an existential threat to them. Meghan's fans were like, bet, and bought out her entire product line in less than an hour. They turned WLM into a hit show, and they're turning her podcast into a chart topper too. Stay bold, stay royal, and I'll see you next time on Royal Sussex Squad.